Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson, and I'm back today doing 5 trades I did today, and today's date is December the 2nd. Today was a combination of scalping and news trading along with using my channel trigger here. So let's take a look at the news. Here's the news, Monday, December the 2nd. It was at 10 a.m. this morning. The US dollar, ISM manufacturing. So it was negative here, red. So that means we're going to be selling the US dollar. So make sure you keep that in mind as we are looking at the charts. So we'll go through the 5 different trades. And the last 2 was the news trading, euro dollar and pound dollar. Okay, we can open up the terminal while we're at it right here. Today, there's the 5 trades I did, and the last 2 were related to the news trading, euro dollar, pound dollar. Okay, we'll go through all the pairs and see what happened. On the first one, the pound CAD, took the trade at 12 minutes after 8 this morning, just scalping. Got in at this cursor right here, went against me about 18 pips until finally it gave me some pips, which was 9 pips as you can see here. This went mostly sideways, a little up, a little down, and it's still doing exactly the same thing. That's why I closed out the trade. And remember, scalping is, I relate that to 2 to 10 pips, and everything above 10 pips is a bonus. Okay, let's move on to the next pair, which is the pound Aussie. Again, I took the trade at 12 minutes after 8 this morning, right at this cursor. It did go against me about 14 pips, and for no particular reason other than I just started out today as scalping. I closed the trade with better than just scalping. That was 16 pips, and as I'm doing the videos, it obviously went down a lot more, but I originally started out just doing the 3 trades for scalping, and then I saw that news was coming, so I decided to throw in the news. Nothing wrong with making some more pips. Of course, I teach everything exactly how to get in the trade, what everything's supposed to look like down here at the bottom. I teach that in the training videos. Okay, moving on to the next pair. And by the way, on the pound CAD, those 9 pips paid $654. And on the next pair here, the pound Aussie, the 16 pips was $1,073. And so let's run a check on this pound New Zealand here. Okay, taking a look at this next pair, the pound New Zealand here. The CAD is, by the way, still very weak here on the meter, but anyhow, I got in the trade at 13 minutes after 8 this morning, right at this cursor here. Went about 17 pips against me, went sideways for a while until I finally just decided to close it. I got 10 pips on this pound New Zealand, and those 10 pips down here paid $563. So that was also great for scalping. Let's take a look at the next pair I did. Now keep in mind, I'll go into much more details exactly how all the indicators work together to guide you into the trade. So let's take a look at this euro dollar. Now remember, this was the news. The dollar was here. The dollar was negative, so these 2 pairs went up. So just prior to the news, 5 minutes before the news, I bought both of them. Euro dollar, pound dollar, right here, 5 minutes before the news. And again, I teach exactly how to get into the news prior to the news. Got in at this cursor and I closed the trade right at this location with 18 pips. Went a little bit further and now it's just stalling out. So that was better than just scalping. Remember, everything above 10 pips is a bonus. And those 18 pips on the euro dollar paid $1,770. So now we're going to move to the last trade I did. Pound dollar, same thing right here. Here's the dollar, it's at 26%. The CAD is the weakest today, right here at 6%. So I did exactly the same thing, but this one, because the pound was so close to it, it didn't give a lot. It was just this one push right here. But I got in the trade again 5 minutes before the news, and I finally decided to close it out with approximately 4 pips there. And those 4 pips, 4.5 pips actually, paid $460. So if you're adding up the pip totals along with me, that worked out to 57 pips. And 57 pips was $4,521 and some change for roughly around an hour and a half work for all 5 trades. Let's see what time that is. That's 10 o'clock. Oh, I mean over here, 10:15. So about an hour. Well, for sure less than 2 hours work. And to grab the pips and grab the money, extract the money and pips from the market. I love using the channel trigger. Actually, my pip trigger I like just a tiny bit more, but the channel trigger comes pretty close as far as I'm concerned. They're both. And as I said a few times, this pip trigger is great for trend trading, and this one here is great for channel trading or sideways. In other words, sideways movement or channel trading is 80% of the time sideways market, and trend trading is the other 20%. So it's good to have both, to tell you the truth, because you can switch back and forth when it's trending and when it's range bound. So you can trade both of them depending on what the market is doing. So if your system is not producing like my channel trigger system is producing, I suggest that you get your hands on it. All you got to do is look right below this video and you'll see this right up. Channel trigger system, I do charge $250 for. Now if you've already bought a system off me, as I do have 24 systems, trigger systems, I'll let this one go for $100. And it does take 100 hours to put all these videos together, 36 training videos. So it's like I'm working for $1 an hour, so quite cheap actually. So you will get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform, and there is 3.5 gigabytes of training, and you will get 4 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, my favorite currency meter. There's a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents with a continuation of your education. Tons of it in here. I call this all bonus stuff, along with the 9 bonus videos. Within the Word documents, there's the $1 million trade plan, whereas you start with $1,000 and in less than a year you turn that into $1 million, and all you need is 1 trade a day, 10 pips. But you got to get those 10 pips. You cannot put in a trade and lose 30, 40, 50 pips, because you'll blow up your account. So just read the instructions on it and follow what it says. Now there's 36 training videos for the channel trigger system. I do teach a lot. Today it was like how to trade the news, teach how to trade the channel, how to trade with a day job, great way to trade, a lot of tips and tricks, how to trade, how to back test the channel trigger, and of course you can trade it on all 3 sessions, so no matter where you live in the world, it'll work great. I also teach how to scan the market, how to trade pullbacks and reversals. So you can put on pause and read all of that. And if you're interested in the getting your hands on the channel trigger, just pick up the phone and call me. And if I live too far, here's my email address. And of course, here's my Skype ID. I made it easy for you. All you got to do is click on this link right here. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session, which will probably last about 45 minutes, depending on how many questions you may have for me. So there are 24 trigger systems along. If you click on this link here, there's 24 pictures, screenshots. You can go through them all if you so wish to do so. And of course, there's a review I have in here of my trigger systems, and I did another one specifically for the channel trigger. All you got to do is click on the link. So that just about wraps up this video, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading.